I didn't.
Shut up.
I just wanted to say hi to
Shut up. Face the wall. Turn around. Turn around. Look at the movement, sir. Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Yeah. And you weren't really sparring. You were fighting. We were fighting all the time. And just guys getting dropped all the time. And that was just the kind of gym that I was in.
But this wasn't a real fight. He was pulling punches. He wasn't giving it his full effort.
Joe Rogan reacted to rumors claiming Jake Paul was arrested over allegations of scripted boxing fights. He emphasized that no career milestone is worth risking one's life, warning that the dangers of boxing are real and must never be taken lightly. Rogan suggested that if these reports hold any truth, Paul should seriously reconsider his choices before stepping into the ring again, stressing that fame or money is never worth the potential consequences.
Jake Paul, you have probably seen some of the controversy he's been tangled up in recent months.
Joe Rogan stressed that boxing is inherently dangerous and fighting recklessly carries serious risks. He also warned that participating in illegal or scripted activities could result in legal consequences.
Life is ruined because then you can't think, you can't do things, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life. It's like literally everything is the quality of your ability to think. And I knew that I was putting that in jeopardy.
Nikisa Badarian clarified that neither Jake Paul nor his team engaged in any wrongdoing or attempted to rig the fight. Addressing widespread rumors that the bout with Anthony Joshua was scripted, he called such claims completely false. According to Nikisa, some online posts even suggested there was an agreement for Joshua not to knock out Paul, a notion he firmly denied. He emphasized that Joshua fought genuinely and decisively, and that Paul trained, competed, and took real risks in the ring. Legal action is being pursued against those spreading false narratives. For Nikisa, setting the record straight is essential to protect the reputations of Jake and his team, making it clear to fans and critics alike that the fight was legitimate, unscripted, and any suggestion of a fixed outcome is entirely baseless.
I've seen the script, rig, this, that, and the other. Do you think now, at the very least, that talk goes away? Broke his jaw, went in there against Anthony Joshua. At the very least, do you think that you guys can move on from that? Like, that won't follow you?
No, I don't. I actually, our lawyers are actively going after a number of people. One who claims to be a lawyer himself online. I don't remember the name or the handle, but it was something that had like 200,000 likes. And basically this post said there was an agreement for AJ not to knock out Jake, but AJ disregarded the agreement and decided to not get his payday, but knock out Jake Paul. So it's pretty astonishing what people say. Your dear friend Lou DiBella, saw him put up a bunch of ridiculous things and even said, Nikisa, go ahead and sue me. But this wasn't a real fight. He was pulling punches. He wasn't giving it his full effort.
And so for the people, again, just to clear this up, because I asked Eddie this question, I'll ask you the exact same question. Once and for all, was there any sort of arrangement as far as it should go this many rounds? Because that's the one that I've heard. Oh, Anthony agreed to 3 rounds, 4 rounds. Can you tell us in black and white if there were any talks of any kind between the network, the promotion, the fighter?
There has never once in Jake Paul's career been any talk of that sort, of anything to do with the fight being anything but a real fight that has exactly the same situation as any professional fight. And that's exactly the same thing here for the Anthony Joshua fight. It's just beyond mind-blowing that people would think that. Anthony Joshua was on record saying that if he didn't finish him in the first round, that would be disappointing, that it would be a failure. The narrative changed as we got closer to fight night and obviously post-fight, and I understand why, but they were pretty adamant it would take max 2 rounds to knock out Jake Paul.
Joe Rogan has warned Jake Paul not to repeat reckless behavior in the ring. He urged him to reconsider taking high-risk fights, emphasizing that no career milestone is worth endangering one's life. Rogan stressed that the dangers of boxing are real, and pursuing staged or overly risky bouts for fame or money carries serious consequences. Safety and responsibility must always come first.
Because here's the thing. Look at all them celebrities like dude from the Mighty Ducks, the little boy actor
that got strung out on drugs. And all his fronts and all his teeth were missing from being on meth or whatever, you know what I mean, whatever drug of choice he was on. There's no coming back from that. The people who like dissipate their teeth through drug usage, you don't get like a second set. So if I'm not mistaken, the dude from Mighty Ducks, somebody like he's been clean and they gave him a makeover and he has like pretty much fake teeth. So yeah, the teeth are going to be cooked. Now, I agree with the other part that Rogan was saying, but let's keep going.
Yeah, I think he went into that fight knowing that was probably going to happen, and ultimately, the big win for him would be that he was even willing to do it, and that he could do well for a little bit.
Yeah, and I've already expressed my thoughts on this. I'm not giving no props for a person who says I am a real deal boxer because I went in and get smashed and got my jaw broken, but I lasted longer than Ngannou. But I was crazy enough to try. Because, to be honest, we're way past the honeymoon stage with a person like Jake Paul. You've been in this for long enough to go through fight camps, dedicate your time, effort, energy, money, spar with people. You spar with some quality names because you have resources and money or whatever. So we're well past that, to the point where you just get credit for stepping in. You maybe got credit your first fight or whatever, first couple of fights, for coming from your background and, you know, stepping in and fighting. But we're well past that. You have a box rec. You were being ranked by sanctioning bodies in boxing. So, yeah.
Eddie Hearn offered an in-depth analysis of the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight, highlighting the careful planning and strategy behind every move in the ring. He explained that the bout unfolded according to a deliberate game plan, with Joshua's team emphasizing patience and controlled aggression over reckless punches. The strategy aimed to systematically challenge Paul, probing weaknesses and testing stamina before delivering decisive strikes. Hearn stressed that this methodical approach reflects the essence of professional boxing, where success depends on discipline, timing, and tactical execution rather than raw power alone. Each phase of the fight was carefully orchestrated to maintain control while gradually asserting dominance, demonstrating how strategic thinking often outweighs brute strength. According to Hearn, this style not only secured the victory, but also highlighted boxing as a calculated, intelligent sport, where measured execution and thoughtful decisions define champions and separate seasoned fighters from novices.
Break him down. He said before the fight, I'm going to break him down, and then I'm going to knock him out. And that's exactly what he did. I thought it'd be all over within 3 rounds. But, you know, when I got in the ring after, because I was shouting, just, you know, anywhere, arms. I got in, he went, what are you rushing me for? And I was like, oh, sorry. So, but like, obviously he knows what he's doing, and actually now quite pleased that we got the rounds, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw you said that. Really random, I was on Twitter and I saw Jake Paul's mom said she wants to get in the ring and punch you. She said she doesn't like the smug look on your face. She is promoting her book, so I'm not sure if she wants, you know. But did you see that? What did you think of that?
No, I was very sad, because I couldn't have been nicer and more respectful of Jake and what he's done. And I think Logan's amazing. I think he's an incredible athlete. And I shook Jake Paul's dad's hand in the ring, you know. And if I would have seen Mum, I would have said, all right. But I think over the years, we've obviously had our beef, and she probably don't like me anyway. And I am probably a little bit smug. I wasn't smug after the fight, because I would have been more smug if it was all over in a round. Yeah. So, no, I give Jake respect. And, yeah. Sorry, Jake's mum doesn't like me, but if she can send me a free book, that'd be fantastic.